Hello and welcome to the Chaska Community Center. I'm Taylor Hansen, coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, bringing you your Chaska Hawks as they face off against the 9-A Minneapolis Co-op. And we're ready to drop the puck here from the Chaska Community Center. Again, I'm Taylor Hansen, coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, bringing you your Chaska Hawks as they face off against Minneapolis. Starting in goal for Minneapolis, number 30, a junior, Lucas White. White's coming into this game with a 2.71 GAA and a .895 save percentage. Starting in goal for the Hawks tonight, or this evening, excuse me. Used to these night games. Senior co-captain, number 39, Ben Urbansis. Urbansis comes into this game with a 1.60 GAA and a .929 save percentage. So let's see which goalie can keep their team in this game tonight. Starting for your Hawks at defense, Billy Bronson and Mike Kester. And these three forwards, Mason Coolidge, Shane Lavelle, and Nick Olmscheid. Chaska falling to Benilde last night by the score of 5-1. Chaska lost to Benilde earlier this year and in overtime, so Chaska with a rough game last night. Let's see how they perform today. Olmscheid taking the face-off for Chaska against Minneapolis' Hawks Rock. Olmscheid wins it back for the Hawks, back to his defender, Bronson. Bronson gives it over to Kester. Now Kester gives it back to Bronson. Bronson back to Kester. Kester dumps it in the zone here, as Mason Kulis puts pressure on to keep it in. Shot out front and shot by Shane Lavelle, and that is saved by White. Sirach takes it now. Good poke check there by Bronson. Bronson kicks it up. Back to Goff. Big hit there by Bronson on Gall. And now Rhett Pillick takes it for the Hawks and gives it off to Lavelle. Lavelle over to Kester. Now Kester will find time, and that pass is intercepted by Keene. But now Magnuson gives it over to Kester and back to Magnuson. Keene tried to give it over to a teammate, but Kester gains the puck, and that puck goes into netting, and we'll have a stoppage here with 15:48 remaining in this first period. Very good.
Have enough space.
Blaine Warner will take the face-off for the Hawks against Peyton Krause of Minneapolis. Warner wins it back to Barrett. Now Barrett brings off the boards to Magnuson. Magnuson passes up to Pillick, and Pillick unable to get that one as Minneapolis gains control. Now Schuler gives it up to Keene. Magnuson battling the corner with Krause there, and a pass out front. Minneapolis player unable to get that one as Pillick gains control but out of the blue line. Pillick, a pretty fast player here, losing an edge and going into the boards there. Now Owen Thomas gives it back to Barrett. Now William Magnuson will take control of Chaska, but he's unable to gain control. His shot there, and that shot is blocked by Magnuson. Shot on goal by Moen, saved by Urbansis. That is fucking into the corner, and I can't see who that is, but that's it down in the corner there. But puck will get out the point by Miller. That shot is blocked by Barrett. Woodhouse. Shot on net there, and he'll get a change, and Keith Fletcher puts up the boards to Pillick. Pillick's pass for Thomas, that just missed. And Morano will take it for Minneapolis and dump it in the zone. Urbansis behind the net. Mason Kulik's hit hard there, behind the net there, and Owen Thomas will take it now for the Hawks. Thomas unable to gain control, and that pass is intercepted by Shane Lavelle. Lavelle gives it over to Erickson. He's unable to give control, and Erickson tips up the boards, but that is brought down, and no icing there. It is tipped. Now Erickson with it for the Hawks behind their own net. Gives it off to Starkey. Starkey over to Lavelle, and Lavelle up to Olmscheid. Sirach battling with Olmscheid here on the near boards. Sirach ends up with it, and Starkey hits him hard. Now Lavelle up to Pillick. Pillick has speed. Pillick shot and is saved by Smith. Or White, excuse me. On goalie. Wonderful save there by White on Pillick. Pillick unable to bear that one, and shot off the post. Hit iron there as now Olmscheid gives it off to Pillick, but Pillick's unable to get that one as the stick was tied up, and no icing there as Minneapolis touches the puck. Tom Moreno will take it for Minneapolis as he skates it off the ice and tries to get a pass off, but that's intercepted by Kester. Now Bronson will retain it in the Chaska zone. Bronson's pass up to Pillick. Not touch, but no icing there. .12:30 here remains in the first period from the Chaska Community Center. I'm Taylor Hansen coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Mike Kester takes it behind the net for Chaska. Kester gets up with speed, and we'll get a trip here on Sullivan as his stick gets caught up in the skates of Kester. Sorry for the shaky camera here as the music sounds and bleachers bounce, so unable to stable the camera here, but that'll just be as in between whistles here from the community center. Now Magnuson, gives it down to Benz, and Magnuson gives it over to Lavelle, and a shot saved by White. Simon Wee will get the tripping penalty here and put the Hawks in a power play. Minneapolis penalty kill this year has a strong 77%, so let's see if they can kill this one and prevent the Hawks from scoring here. Magnuson give it over to Lavelle. Lavelle going with speed here as he gets a shot and is saved by White. Brett Pillick coming with speed here, trying to stay on sides here as some Chaska players remain in the zone. Pillick and a shot over to Warner, and that goes in. I believe the goal will go to Pillick as Warner never touched it and it went off a Minneapolis player's skate. Let's see who they credit the goal here, but I believe Brett Pillick will get the goal there as Wayne Warner never touched the puck. Chaska takes an early lead, 1-0 on the power play here from the Chaska Community Center. 11:21 remains here in the first period. Minneapolis seems to win the face-off there, but their player tried to get the pass up, and Calvin Barrett will take it down the net for Chaska. Now Ethan McDonald trying to get a pass off, and we'll see who the goal goes to here. So the goal will go to Pillick, assist from Barrett. That is Pillick's 15th goal this season here in his 17 games played. So Brett Pillick, a very strong player this year. And now Ethan McDonald will take it down the ice for Chaska, and saved by White. Wonderful shot there by McDonald. White deflects that shot in the corner. Shot there by Kraus. Wonderful save there by Urbansis as he deflects that one in the corner. Charlie Erickson will battle on the boards, and he gives it off to Blaine Warner. Warner pass up for Pillick, unable to get that one as Stevens takes that one as Stevens was hit hard in the bench, and it seems to be William Magnuson got a stick to the neck as he was standing on the bench. Hopefully he's all right here. Erickson over to Starkey. Starkey, the boards to Benz. Benz unable to keep that one as puck is taken away now. And now Keene takes it for Minneapolis and tries to get a pass off, but unable to find his player as Charlie Erickson gives it off to Shane Lavelle. Lavelle with it now. Lavelle with speed. Lavelle with a shot just wide. Olmscheid over to Kester. Kester over to Kulix. Stop shot by Kulix and just wide. Shot seemed to be going on net, but as it was deflected wide, And we'll get a cover here by White. And with 9:13 remaining here in the first period, Chaska leads Minneapolis by a score of 1-0. Have a face-off here in the Minneapolis zone to White's left. Sirach takes it for Minneapolis. That's it. I'm going to retain control. Gives off to Bronson. Bronson gives it to Kulix, and now Bronson has it. Up to Kulix. Kulix unable to try to get a piece of that, but Owen Thomas gains control of that puck now. Thomas battling the corner. Seems to be Miller of Minneapolis. Now the puck's put out to the sideboards, and a shot there by Bronson, almost tipped in by a Minneapolis player again. Thomas with his shot saved there by White. Sirach tries to find his teammate, but it will go all the way down to the Chaska zone, so we'll get an icing here. 8:08 remains here in the first period. Again on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, I'd like to thank our sponsors, London Chevrolet Buick of Chaska, Above and Beyond Marketing Communication, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab Clinic. Keene seems to win, or Woodhouse, seems to win that one. And now Minneapolis will gain control here. Tuli Eisenbeis, excuse me if I butcher that name, but seems to take that puck, but now Ethan McDonald gains control of that one. And Mullen unable to get the shot off as good pressure put on by the Chaska defenders. Now Magnuson gives it over to Barrett. Barrett getting tripped up, but no call there as play continues. Pearson behind that for Minneapolis as Mitchell Sell gives it off to Sigurdsson. Tony Sigurdsson trying to tip it in, but unable to get enough force on that as Tuli Eisenbus will take it and give it to the Chaska zone. Rhett Pillick in control. Pillick looking for Warner, but unable to get that pass off as the pass is intercepted. Sorry for the lost connection there, as people are calling me on my phone, and people call me and I lose connection of the broadcast here. So now we're back live from the Chaska Community Center. The shot there just wide. Now Lavelle takes it for the Hawks and gives it up to Olmscheid. Now Starkey dumps in the zone for Chaska, and that puck by Miller. Miller loses the puck, gets hit hard by Kulix. Blaine Warner intercepts that pass and gives it back to Bronson. Bronson over to Kester. Kester up to Bronson. Bronson trying to keep with it as he does, and Ethan Benz will battle in the corner for Chaska. Now Blaine Warner ends up with it as he drops it back to Benz. Benz over to Pillick. Pillick unable to keep that one as that is taken on by Kraus. Mike Kester hitting Kraus hard into the boards there. Chaska seeming to be physical as they're coming off a hard loss last night to Benilde. So very physical game right now being played by Chaska as they want this one. Pillick unable to keep it in the zone there as that puck is taken out by Keene. Keene and Pillick and Ben seems to be battling on the far boards there. And that puck is brought out to Thomas. Thomas with it now, and a shot just high. McDonald down to Thomas. Thomas with a good move there, unable to get it off, but that puck is put out wide and over to McDonald. Magnuson has it at the point and shot there by Barrett, saved by Smith. Puck is put up along the boards over to McDonald, and McDonald has it now, but unable to get the pass up to Sigurdsson. As Pearson gains control for Minneapolis, but Calvin Barrett takes that puck back. Now William Magnuson gives it off to Barrett. Barrett over to Thomas. Back to Barrett. Back to Magnuson. Magnuson up to McDonald. McDonald's with Sigurdsson, but tries to get that shot off. That shot is tipped just wide. And now McDonald hit hard from behind in the corner there, and that pass out to Starkey. Starkey's pass for Olmscheid. Olmscheid unable to gain control of that one as it goes between his skates. Now Marino dumps it in for Minneapolis, and Urban's behind his own net to stop that one for Barrett. Barrett over to Starkey. Starkey's pass for Kulix. Blocked by Sirach, and Minneapolis will have to touch up at the blue line as they were offsides. Now Kulix has it. Gives it back to Lavelle. Lavelle battling in the corner, unable to keep control of that one, and we'll get a penalty here on Charlie Erickson with 2:48 remaining in the first period. For all your vehicle sales and services, come to Lunds & Chevrolet Buick, a family-owned business proud to be servicing all the Chaska area for the past 39 years. Are you looking for a new or quality pre-owned vehicle? Come to Lunds & Chevrolet Buick of Chaska, scoring big savings, and shop local at your hometown dealer. Chaska will go on the penalty kill. Here at Chaska with a strong 76.6% of his penalty kill this season. Minneapolis with a 17.6% on their power play. So let's see if any teams can do it here, as we have a equipment problem with Minneapolis' goaltender Lucas White, so he'll get that fixed and we'll resume play here. Seems they gave the penalty to Kulix, even though Erickson's sitting in the box here, so I wonder what that miscommunication was, but yeah. Okay, yeah, they corrected that one here. So now Kessler battling with Erickson. There's an Erickson on Chaska and Minneapolis here, so that shot down, put on net there as White gloved that one and give it off to Schuller. Now Sirach will take it for Minneapolis. And he's not able to get a shot off, but Erickson tries to give it over to his teammate on Minneapolis. Sirach and Erickson battling behind the net. Erickson's pass out to Goal. Goal unable to get that shot off as he gets a little whiff action there. And Lavelle tries to get it off to his teammate Nick Olmscheid, but unable to get that one as Erickson takes it for Minneapolis now. Erickson with a 1-on-4 there as the shot there saved by Urbansis. Keene keeps it in the zone for Minneapolis as it's passed over to Stevens. Stevens unable to get that shot off. 1 minute remaining in the first period. His shot just wide. 5 seconds remaining on the Minneapolis power play. Let's see if they can get one here as Stevens takes it. Chaska full strength with 45 seconds here remaining in the first period. See if Chaska can get it out of the zone here as William Magnuson tips up the boards here. Ethan Benz putting pressure on as Minneapolis wins it on the boards. Kessler tipping into the Minneapolis zone as Miller will take it and give it back to Stevens. Stevens trying to find a teammate, unable to, as that pass is intercepted by Kester. Kuliks hitting hard. Now Kuliks at the point, over to Kester. Kester back to Kuliks. Kuliks with a shot, saved by Smith. And that will do it here from the first period. Chaska leads Minneapolis by a score to a 1-0. First period scoring summary. The goal will go to Rhett Pillick with the assist from Calvin Barrett. That will be Pillick's 15th goal of the year and Barrett's 12th assist of the year so far this season. I'm Taylor Hansley, coming to you live from the Chaska Community Center on the Chaska Broadcast Network. We'll be right back here from the Chaska Community Center for the second period. Welcome back to the Chaska Community Center. I'm Taylor Hansen, coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, bringing you your Chaska Hawks as they face off against Minneapolis. First period scoring summary here. Chaska leads Minneapolis by a score of 1-0. Chaska's goal was credited to Rhett Pillick and the assist to Calvin Barrett. Again, on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, I'd like to thank our sponsors, London Chevrolet, Duke of Chaska, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab Clinic. Again, Chaska Hawks fans, you can watch all hockey and basketball games live this year on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network by going to chaskabasketballreport.com and clicking on CHBN. Also, follow us on Twitter for in-game updates and updates on broadcasts at Taylor_Hansen32 and RyPaul21. I'm ready to drop the puck here as Chaska wins it back to Mason Kuliks, and Kuliks gives it back to Kester. Kester over to Bronson, and Bronson able to get that pass off. Now Kester will take it for the Hawks and give it over to Lavelle. Lavelle pass up to Bronson, and he gets that one. A shot there by Bronson, saved by Smith. Directed into the corner. Lavelle unable to keep it in his zone as that puck is kicked out by Gull. Now Kuliks will take it behind the net for Chaska. And Kester will give it over to Bronson. Bronson's pass up to Lavelle. And Lavelle puts that back into the Minneapolis zone. Now, Kester will give it over to Olmstein, and Olmstein scores. Wonderful move there by Olmscheid to get past the Minneapolis defender, put that one in the back of the net. Chaska takes a 2-0 lead here and in the second period. Warner will win the draw for Chaska and take it back into his own zone as that puck is stopped by Urbansis and gave out to Barrett. Sorry for that lost connection there. Some viewers aren't able to view it right now, and so just trying to see if reconnecting will fix that problem. Now, Pillick takes it for the Hawks and gives it over to Benz. Benz pass out front, unable to get that one. And now Stevens will take it for Minneapolis. Now Barrett battling in the corner with Woodhouse, and he gives it over to Magnuson. Magnuson unable to stay on his feet there as he is hit. And now Benz will take it and bring up the boards to Pillick, and Pillick tip pass over to Thomas. And a save there by Smith, and we'll get a cover here. Now Thomas wins that one back, but caught up in the skates of McDonald, and the puck will get tipped into the Chaska bench. We'll have a face-off here in the Minneapolis zone with 14:36 remaining here in the second period. Thomas losing the draw to Woodhouse. Now Woodhouse takes it and gives it over to Goff. Goff skating it now for Minneapolis and gives it up to Mullen. And Mullen unable to keep that one as Thomas and Mullen battle behind the net now. Keith Fletcher unable to get that one out of the zone as it is kept in by Goff. And we'll get a whistle here, indicates offside. 14:11 remains here in the second period. Chaska leading Minneapolis by a score of 2-0. Chaska's first goal to Brett Pillick, and second goal to Nick Olmscheid. Nick Olmscheid winning that puck, but winning it forward as the Minneapolis defenders gain control of that one as puck tipped into the zone. Urbansis behind the net to stop it for Kester, and Kester brings up the boards. Sirach and Kester battling behind the net, but Bronson ends up with it. Bronson gives it up to Lavelle. Lavelle going with speed, getting past and gets a shot off, but that's just high. Now Schuler trying to get it over to his teammate, but Benz intercepts that one. And now Erickson takes it for Minneapolis. Erickson gives it back to Miller, and Miller's shot saved by Urbansis. Here comes Mike Kester and gives it off to Pillick, and Pillick between the leg pass there, but unable to get to his intended player, and now puck will come back in a neutral zone as Pillick and Goal battle for it, but Goal tips into the Chaska zone as that puck is tipped out, and no icing here as ref waves that one off. And Schuler will put it all the way down to the other end with no icing as Charlie Erickson gets this one. Now Erickson skates it down for the Hawks. Erickson puts it into the corner. Now Ben's trying to get that one in, but that is kept out by Warner. Now Stevens tries to find his teammate, but that puck goes all the way down, and no ice as it
deflected on net, and Francis gives it off to Erickson. Erickson over to Warner now. Warner, pass intended for Ethan Benz, and Benz didn't really get a stick on that one, so we'll get an icing. 12:32 here, remains the second period from the Chaska Community Center. Chaska still leads Minneapolis by a score of 2-0. St. Francis Rehab is your number one stop for all orthopedic rehab needs, conveniently located in the Chaska Community Center. Call 952-428-1250 to set up an appointment today. Erickson takes it for the Hawks. Pass intended for Fletcher. The puck is tipped and will go down to the Minneapolis zone. Mullen takes it and gets a shot off. That's saved. Blocked by Barrett. Now Benz gives it over to Fletcher, and we'll get a penalty here as Starkey will go sit in the box here. It seems to be either a slash or a rough, as him and Woodhouse, were getting tangled up there. So Minneapolis back on the power play. Minneapolis 0 for 1 on the power play tonight so far, with a 17.6% on the power play, and Chaska on a 76.6% on their penalty. Yeah, I guess that one, as John Starkey will go sit in the box for slashing, as Sirach gives it over to Schuler, and shot there. Unable to get that one off as their Bantz is sprawling through the crease, but shot there, blocked, tipped into the corner. Now Lavelles tries to get that one out of his zone, as he does, and now Sirach will take it for Minneapolis. Sirach with a shot. That puck is blocked by Barrett and tipped up into the netting. They'll have a face-off in the Chaska zone to her Bantz's left with a 11-12 remaining in the second period. Chaska on the penalty kill for another minute and 17 seconds. And now a shot just high there from Sirach. Now Kestrel get out of the zone, and Schuler unable to get a hand on it as jumped to that one, and now Pillick and Sirach battle behind the net. Sirach ends up with it, but Warner able to keep it in the zone, but as Warner gets it back to Kester, get it back into their zone to kill this penalty. Now Pitlick will give it off to Warner. Warner unable to get that one on his stick, as now Tully Eisenbeiss takes it for Minneapolis and gives it over to Sirach. Eisenbeiss with it now. Gives it down to Keene. Keene's pass swatted down by Kester, and Kester's pass over to Benz, up to Pillick. Pillick on the breakaway now. Pillick, goal! Wonderful play there by Pillick from a better pass from Kester and Benz, as he gets on the breakaway and gets his own rebound, as unable to get that one in the back of the net on the first try, but he gets his own rebound and puts that one in the back of the net. Now I'll pass up to Coolidge. I believe the assist will go to Benz and Kester, but we'll see in just a second here, as in arena PA announcer Greg Erickson will tell us. That was a penalty kill goal. Breakaway by Pillick there, as pass from Kester and Benz. But we'll see who will be credited the assist to. I believe it will be Kester and Benz, but We'll get notified here in just a second, right here.
Chaska, the 16th goal of the season, second goal of the night, number 25, Brett Whitman. Assist goes to number 4, Mike Kessler, and number 8, Billy Bronson. Time of the goal, 6 minutes and 47 seconds of the second period. Short-handed goal at 6:47 for the Hawks.
The assist, I guess, goes to Kester and Bronson, not Benz, even though Benz passed that one to Pitlick, but we'll probably get that one fixed here after the game. Now Olmscheid on the draw against Woodhouse. Woodhouse wins it back to his defender. Now Magnuson behind the net. Now Nick Olmscheid loses his stick there as McDonald puts it in the zone for Chaska. Shot there just wide by Magnuson. And now Tuli Ice and Rice will give it off to Woodhouse, and Woodhouse pass intended for Moore. But Moore unable to touch that one as it will go all the way down for icing. 8 minutes and 30 seconds remains here in the second period. Chaska leading Minneapolis by a score of 3-0. Above and Beyond Marketing. You get above and beyond service at a low price from any ad agency. Learn more. Visit aboveandbeyondmarketing.com. Minneapolis tried to get out of the zone there, but William Magnuson keeps that one in as blocking the shin pads. Now, Blaine Warner's shot on net, saved by Smith. Or White, excuse me. Keep mixing up these goalies here. And now Kester, unable to get that one, as Erickson dumps it in the zone, and Urbansis saves that one behind the net. And a shot there by Erickson. Wonderful save there by Urbansis as Erickson was open right in the slot. Now Miller will get it and shot on Urbansis. Urbansis put that one into the corner. Now Fletcher will try to tip it out to a teammate, but it's kept in by goal. Now Erickson tries to get up to Fletcher, but Schuler keeps it in the zone for Minneapolis. Now Starkey unable to take control of that one, as Sebastian Gold takes it for Minneapolis behind the net, and Erickson gets pressures on and gets that puck back. And now Miller will get a shot on, and it'll be in the front end save there by Urbansis as he's laying on his back. And the puck is deflected wide. Saved there by Urbansis. And he will get a cover here with 7 minutes and 1 second remaining in the second period. And now Barrett will battle in the corner and get that puck off, but it's shot there by Miller just high. Laser there. I don't know to get that one on net though. Now Bronson give it back to Lavelle, and Lavelle bring it back into his own zone to find room. Now Bronson gives up to Kulik's. Kulik's unable to get a stick on it as stick is lifted up. Now Pillick takes it, or Olmscheid, excuse me, takes it, and we'll get a whistle here. The net is just lodged. High five has been treating us that great the past 2 nights, as not very great Wi-Fi last night at St. Louis Park, and usually the Wi-Fi here from the Chaska Community Center is fantastic. We'll get a shot on net, and he'll put that one in the net. Now Benz will win it back to Kester. And Kester gives it over to Benz. Benz back to Bronson. Bronson up to Kester, and Kester up to Benz. Now Kester's pass over to Pitlick. Pitlick unable to get that shot off. Now Pearson will battle in the corner on the net, and Pitlick will gain control of it, and Minneapolis tries to get in the zone, but Mike Kester blocks that one with his shin pad.
Scoring for Chaska, his 5th goal of the season, number 2, Mike Warner. This is good to number 25, Red Bentley, and number 29, Ethan Benn. 10 minutes and 46 seconds in the second period.
Goal to Pitlick, goal to Warner, assist from Pitlick and Benz. So now Chaska leads by a score of 4-0. 5 minutes and 5 seconds remains here in this second period. Olmscheid tries to get a shot off, unable to there. Now Erickson will give it off to Sirach, and Sirach with a shot on save there by Urbansis. Now Kulix gives it over to Lavelle. Lavelle unable to get that puck as it stays in the neutral zone. We'll get him delayed offside here, so Chaska will have to touch up. Sirach with number and unable to get that one off, and Manusson will run into his own net, so we'll get a whistle here. Thomas will take it and give it back to Starkey. Fletcher hitting hard, and we'll get offsides here as puck went onto the neutral zone. White will give it behind the net. And McDonald will give it up to Erickson. Erickson with a shot, and it's past it. Fletcher, fake shot there, and that shot hits the post, and as White just as lodges the net there. So we'll have a face-off here with 3:40 remaining in the second period. Warner on the face-off, and that is lost to Helm, or excuse me, Weed. Benz has it now, and Benz will take it to the outside and try to get it past White, but unable to there. As no penalty called there, as Benza seemed to be hooked up, but Starkey gets a big hit there on Goff to get him away from the puck, and that one sure worked. And now Keene unable to get that one as Pillick comes down. And Pillick shot saved by White, and we'll get a cover here with 2:55 remaining. Now Kester brings it back to Olmscheid. Olmscheid over to Kulitz. Kulitz back up to Kester. Kester over to Ovell. Ovell is shot. That shot hits a stick and doesn't get through. Now Ovell. And we'll get that one as Schuler gives it up to Woodhouse. Now Bronson puts it back in the zone for Chaska. There's 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. Fletcher unable to keep that one in, and now Barrett will take it back into the Chaska zone to regroup here as he gives it off to McDonald. McDonald coming back to find some space here. As he does, he gives off to Kester, and McDonald gets it back. And now Goal has numbers here. He gets a shot on, save there by Urbansis. Now Fletcher will give it up to McDonald. McDonald let him keep that one as Barrett recollects it now. Barrett gives it up to Kester. Kester's tip pass up there, and now McDonald recovers it. McDonald going over to Fletcher, and a shot there by Fletcher, saved by White. And Pillick tries to get it past White, but White sprawls out and gloves that one. 59 seconds remains here in the first period. Now Warner wins that one forward, but no one unable to get that one as Miller takes that one, and now Sirach takes it for Minneapolis. Sirach over to Urbansis, but and now Pillick takes it for the Hawks behind their own net. Now Pillick's pass up to Warner, unable to get that one, but no icing as that puck is tipped by a Minneapolis player. And now Bear with a shot on net, saved by White. 19 seconds remains. Minneapolis will have to have a new player come take the face off as they cause a little delay of game there. And now Miller takes it for Minneapolis. 10 seconds remains here in the second period. And now a shot intended on net, but that is tipped, and now Lavelle will take it. 2 seconds. You better get a shot off here, and a buzzer will sound. So Chaska leads Minneapolis by a score of 4-0 here at the end of the second period. And we'll be right back in the Welcome back to the Chaska Community Center. I'm Taylor Hansen, coming to you live on the Chaska Broadcast Network. We apologize for that delay in the second period. The Cube streaming service seemed to be down, so hopefully on your end it's up and running now, as it's up on my end. So you can always go and re-watch the game after I end the stream. It will be as a dry run on the same link. So if you want to watch that second period when the game is finished, you can always go back and rewatch that. Chaska leads Minneapolis by a score of 4-0. And second period scoring summary with the first goal, number 26, Nick Olmscheid. Assists go to Mike Kester and Colin Barrett. Second goal, Brett Pillick. Assists go to Mike Kester and Billy Bronson. Shorthanded goal on that one. And the third goal to number 2, Blaine Warner. Assist to Brett Pillick and Ethan Bent. Now we're getting started here in the third period. Now Olmscheid gives it over to Lavelle, and Lavelle's shot tipped high into the netting, and we'll get a whistle here. And Mason Coolers gets tied up with Schuler. And now Schuler and Coolers get tied up, and Erickson will take it for Minneapolis. And Sirach will try to give it over to Schuler, and Schuler will get a shot, but unable to get that one off. And now Kester tries to give it up to Mason Coolers, his teammate, who was standing there, but as intercepted by Miller, and Miller gets a shot off, and now Miller regains it, and a shot, a goal! That shot tipped by either a stick or a skate, and that trickles by Urbansis. Urbansis had no idea where that one was, so Minneapolis gets one on the board here, and Chaska still leads 1-0. Or 4-1, excuse me. Caught myself there. 16 minutes remains here in the second period, or third period. Stumbling my words here. So that goal will go to Miller, his first of the season. Assist to Huck Sirach, his 13th of the season. Warner getting into it in front of the net with Stevens. By a little exchange of words there, asking each other what they're doing after the game. And now Fletcher with it back in the Chaska zone. He gives it up to Thomas, and Thomas gives it back to Starkey. And now McDonald and Fletcher will work with each other and try to get it in the zone here, as they do. And Mullen will battle on the far boards. Erickson with it, back to Starkey, and back to Erickson. Erickson tries to get up to Starkey. Starkey on the game control, and Thomas will dump it in the zone for the Hawks. Tuli Eisenbeis will take it now for Minneapolis and get a shot that goes just wide. Starkey and Pearson battling on the close boards here down in the corner, but now Kester ends up with it. Now Mike Kester unable to get past the defender there as he tips up the boards, and Bronson will tip it back into the zone for Chaska. Eisenbeis will give it over to Schuler. And now Gall will give it off to Sirach. Sirach battling with Lavelle, and now Kulik springs up the boards, try to find a teammate, but no one's there to collect that one as Miller will put it back into the Chaska zone. Gall and Bronson battling behind the net there as Sirach will try to put it out in front and scrum there in front of the net, but Minneapolis unable to get that one as a back in that as there are a few saves there by Urbansis. And now Magnuson will give it over to Pillick, and Pillick shot a goal! Wonderful shot there by Rhett Pillick as it's the hat trick. Better pass there by Magnuson. Few hats here thrown on the ice as Rhett Pillick collects the hat trick. A lot of love here from the Chaska students as they throw their hats on the ice for Pillick's goal. And also some love from the volunteers in the penalty box as they threw their hats on the ice. So now Calvin Barrett will take it back for the Hawks. Wonderful shot there by Pillick as that one went far down. That goal will go to Pitlick from Benz. That seemed to be from Magnuson, but they gave it to Pitlick. Or Benz, excuse me. And now Starkey will give it up to McDonald. McDonald unable to gain control of that one. As Starkey puts it up around the close boards. And Fletcher's hit hard there. Now Thomas will dump it in the zone for Chaska and will dump and chase action. And Goff now takes it for Minneapolis, and that puck is almost tipped into the Chaska bench, but just hits the boards and stays in here as Starkey will ring it up the boards for Thomas. And we'll get an icing here as Thomas is unable to get a stick for that one. Chaska leads 5-1 with 11:40 remaining here in this third period. Sirach gives it down to a teammate who gives it out to Scholler. Now Bronson back to Osell. First time I've heard his name tonight as he gets some ice time here in this third period. And now puck goes up into the rafters and up into the bleachers. 11-11 remains in the third period. Chaska leads 5-1 again. I'm Taylor Hansen, coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, London Chevrolet Buick of Chaska, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab Clinic. Again, Chaska Hawks fans, you can watch all hockey and basketball games live this season on ChaskaBasketballReport.com. And we'll get a slash. I believe that will be assessed to Bronson. Bronson unaware of the call here, questioning what happened, but he'll go sit in the box for 2 minutes. Now bends. Bronson for slashing. We'll sit in the box here, and Minneapolis will go back on the power play. Minneapolis 0 for 2 on the power play so far. So let's see if they can capitalize on this one, as it's their third power play of this game. Mike Kester keeps that one from getting on net as he deflects that one to the corner, and Kester will rain on the boards, and that puck will go all the way down. White will stop it behind the net for Minneapolis and give it off to Scholler. Scholler over to Sirach. Sirach now with speed. Sirach with a shot on Urbansis, and that one is saved. Sirach, heard his name a lot tonight. Huck Sirach, senior, number 7 on Minneapolis. 17 goals on so far in the season. Looking to get his 18th tonight, adding to his 12 assists. Shot there, tipped just wide. Francis unable to get a piece of that one as it goes wide, but another shot just wide from Keene. Ooh, pass there from Miller. Put out front. No one unable to get their stick on that one as it goes straight through. And now Keene will take it for Minneapolis and drop it back to Weed. Weed with a shot that is blocked by Magnuson. And now Stevens will get a shot off, and another shot blocked by Magnuson. Now Magnuson being a little light on his feet here as that one so close stinger, and Blaine Warner getting all his physical here with Miller. 15 seconds remains on the Hawks penalty kill. 9 minutes and 10 seconds remains in this third period. Mason Kulich pressuring hard on Stevens as Stevens rings around the boards to Miller. 2-1, and the Hawks are now full strength. 5-on-5 hockey here at the Chaska Community Center. I'm Taylor Hansen, coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. And now Miller, shot saved by Urbansis, and now we'll go back to Miller, and Miller will try to get another one, and he'll get a switch here. 8:27 remains here in the third period. Trying to keep you updated on the time here, as we don't have a clock running on the scoreboard on this stream. It's only me doing both camera and commentating here, so we eliminate the clock as it's one more extra thing to try to handle here. And now Moore puts it down for Minneapolis, and Urbansis gives it off to his teammate, and Fletcher and Moore. Fletcher getting hit hard there, and Goal able to keep it in the zone for the offsides there. Now Goal will take it, and Fletcher being a little more physical here after he was hit hard. We're going to see some more physical play here as time ticks down in this game. Fletcher skating up the puck now with speed. Fletcher with a good move there as it brings it around, and Fletcher will try to get a shot off. Pass over to Sigurdsson, but Sigurdsson able to bear that one as White covers it. Now Thomas loses the face-off to Sirach. Now Bronson gives it over to Kester. Kester with a shot on, saved by White. And now Kester will try to give it up to Bronson as he was moving forward, but Bronson retains the puck now and saved by White. And Schuler will give it up to Goal. Goal with it, has numbers, pass over to Erickson. Erickson's shot just wide. Erickson, the leading goal scorer for Minneapolis with 28 goals on the season so far. Now Goal will dump it in. And we'll get a hand pass, I believe. A hand pass by Minneapolis that will cause the face-off to go down all the way to the other end. 6:34 remains in the third period. Now Nick Olmscheid will win the faceoff over to Shane Lavelle. Lavelle unable to gain possession as Stevens gives it up to Pearson. Now Pearson shot just high, blocked there by Urbansis. And now Magnuson unable to keep control of that puck, and now Olmscheid takes it behind the net and gives it off to Barrett. Barrett with it, going with speed, splitting the defenders there, and he's unable to get that puck off as he dumps it into the zone. Now Lavelle with it, gives it out to, tended for Magnuson, but intercepted by Eisenweiss. Eisenweiss in his shot there, and a glove saved by Urbansis. And we'll get a face-off in the Chaska zone to Urbansis' right, with 5:46 remaining here in this third period. As Weed wins it back for Minneapolis, but defenders unable to keep that one in the zone there as Erickson retains the puck now in the Chaska zone. Erickson looking for a teammate, but Weed and Benz battling on the near boards here. Now Benz gives it over to Warner. Warner with a pass to Pillick. That is just wide as Pillick's unable to get a stick on that one. Pillick's pass over to Warner. Warner unable to get that shot off. Warner over to Pillick. Pillick get tripped up by Goff. Now Weed takes it for Minneapolis. And he gets hit hard by Warner. And a pass up to Pillick. Pillick unable to get that one as the bouncing puck goes right over his stick. And now Erickson gives it off to Thomas. Thomas and Goff battling in the corner now. And now Pillick unable to get that one as Krause takes it for Minneapolis. Ethan Benz takes it back into the Chaska zone and gives it back to Erickson. Erickson back to Kester. Kester up to Thomas. Thomas over to McDonald. McDonald back to Bronson. Bronson shot off the crossbar. King of the iron there as Bronson shot just going a little bit too high as it goes off the crossbar. Now Bronson will get another shot at it. Bronson shot just wide. Kester keeps it in the zone here as he rings it up around the boards. Ethan McDonald battling in the corner. McDonald getting that puck back for Chaska as he gives it back to Bronson. Bronson over to Kester. Kester back to Bronson. Roll back over to Kester. Kessler up to Fletcher, and that puck will no icing as Morano touches that one before it crosses the red line, and we'll get a hooking penalty here on Kuliks. 3:25 remains here in this third period. Mason Kuliks will go take a seat in the box for 2 minutes. Minneapolis 0-4-3 on the power play tonight. Chaska with a very strong penalty kill here, keeping Minneapolis out of the net on this penalty kill so far. And that puck will go all the way down as White goes back and tries to give it off to O'Brien. Or Eisenbeiss, excuse me. Eisenbeiss will try to give it over to Sirach, but unable to get that one as Erickson will give it over to Sirach. And a wonderful glove save there by Urbansis as he sprawls out and gets that one. .254 remains in the third period. Chaska on the penalty kill for another minute and 30 seconds. Eisenbeiss unable to get a shot off there as he went to the defenders. Hillick got numbers now. He has Warner. Warner gets it and a shot saved by White. Now Calvin Barrett with a shot. That's just wide. Now Pillick with it now behind their own net. 44 seconds remains on the Hawks penalty kill. 2 minutes remaining here in the third period, excuse me. Keep thinking it's the second. King gives it over to Sirach. Sirach's shot as hit by a skate. Now Magnuson will bring up the boards here, and that will go all the way down back into the Minneapolis zone. As Sirach will give it off to Keene. Keene battling now behind the boards. As Stevens gives it up to Miller. Now Kuliks with it now. Kuliks seems to have a small break. What a goal! Mason Kuliks. That will be Mason Kuliks' 4th goal of this season, adding to his 4 assists with 8 points on this season so far. Erickson, he has it off to Thomas. And we'll hear who the assist to here. Kuliks on assisted goal. 48 seconds remains in the third period. Chaska leads Minneapolis by a score of 6-1. Chaska facing Orono in their last game of the season in a few weeks here, and Minneapolis beat Orono earlier this season, so see how that game goes. McDonald battling with Woodhouse here as Woodhouse gives the puck over to Eisenbeiss, and now Eisenbeiss will give it off to Woodhouse. And we'll get a hand pass here as Woodhouse give it off to Mullen, and so we'll get a face-off in the Minneapolis zone. 22 seconds remains in the third period from the Chaska Community Center. I'm Taylor Hansen coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Again, folks, you can watch all your Chaska Hawks basketball and hockey games live this season on the ChaskaBasketballReport.com. Click on CHBN. It will bring you to the broadcast from there. Also, follow us on Twitter for in-game updates and broadcast updates at Taylor_Hansen32 and RyPaul21. 15 seconds remains here in the third period. Owen Thomas will take the face-off for Chaska as he wins it back to Erickson. Erickson tipped it in his zone here. 10 seconds remains. As Fletcher tries to get a shot off, but that is tipped. And now Thomas around the net. And 2-1, and that will be the hockey game here from the Chaska Community Center. Chaska will take this W over Minneapolis. So Chaska will improve to 13-7-0 on the season. Well, Minneapolis would now be 12-10-0. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm Taylor Hansen coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, signing off.